Hello YouTube, this is an alcohol review of a sampling out of the box set Drinks by the Dram. A good friend of mine got me this gift and felt that it would be a great idea to use it to sample all these different whiskeys and bourbons I normally would not and share it with you guys. So, this time around, we have, according to the little sample, that Boutique Whiskey Company Canadian corn whiskey, 8-year-old. Canadian corn whiskey, 30 ml sample, 45.8% alcohol by volume. Let's give this a try. Always clever. In case you were wondering what 30 mil look like in a Glencairn, that's what it looks like. Alrighty. It is a nice caramel with a lot of red hues. Lots of red hues and subtle yellows. Wow, burns the nose. Oh my goodness. But there's almost a chocolatey to it. All right. Yeah, it smells much like a whiskey would, but with chocolate and smoke. So, interesting nose. Did not expect that. Corn whiskey. I knew that was called moonshine. Canadian corn whiskey. All right. See, bourbon requires over 51% corn in the mash bill. This is a whiskey. But the thing is, when it comes to a bourbon, it also requires being aged in brand new North American white oak barrels. So there's various ways you can drift out of this and be called a whiskey and not a bourbon. A lot of easy ways to get out of it. So, by being a whiskey doesn't mean you have to have corn in it at all, to be honest. You could have waved a corn cob over the top and corn has been added to it. That's figurative, obviously. The nose fades out, but that burn stays. And extremely light nose. Well, I mean, it's pretty. I expect more smoke out of the nose, but that's about it. It's almost completely gone now, as much as I swirl it. All right, let's give it a taste. Bite, but a burn. Very light. Almost, I don't want to say non-existent on the tongue, but very light. And whoever's honking that horn, I have words that are not kind. But all right, ignoring the horn in the background. Very smoky. I would say a burnt chocolate, but it's so smoky. It reminds me of double oak, things along that line. There's the corn. Yeah, coming out. I'm not a fan of moonshine. There's an off underlying flavor of all of it, unless it's a flavored moonshine, in which they're predominantly hiding the flavor of the moonshine by adding it all in. It's just not into my palate unless it's got really good flavoring. But then I'm after the flavoring, not the moonshine. It's just kind of like vodka. You get flavored vodka because you're after the flavoring. Vodka itself has a flavor that is like, I don't know about this. I'd like to say it have layers, but it doesn't. It's kind of like sipping mud. It does have a... Actually, it doesn't. See, it has a bourbon, but no. Bourbon tends to have vanilla and cinnamon and lots of caramel. More vanilla, more caramel, stone fruit. This doesn't have any of that. Like I said, the corn comes out in the back of the palate. Once you get through that ethanol, burnt tire tastes, but even that's kind of light, and it bites, but not tragically, not overly distractingly. There's... All right, let's go more rudimentary. Let's go more fundamentals. It's very heavy flavored, even though it's just a mud of flavors. It's a very heavy, smoky, burnt flavor. It's very light mouthfeel. The hang time is fairly short. So this to me lends it to be a nice summer sipper. Adding this to a cocktail I think would be ideal, because you got other flavors that you're after that you would want more to taste, and this is to just be a background of a foundation. So, evening. Neighbors and walk. Hey, little one. Bye bye. So yeah, it's as a sipper, like I said, it's a mud of flavor. Definitely cocktail. So it weight's heavy, but the actual feel itself is light. It's almost contradictory to itself. And like I said, sipper, no. Cocktail, yes. Yeah, this one thing about it is definitely a foundation to, a mixed drink. I don't know how much these things are in the full-size bottle. And like I said, I'm very thankful that my very good friend got me this, thought of this, and got me one of this. It's a great experience. I'm glad I didn't spend the money. Sorry, that boutique whiskey company. I apologize. I'm sure there's people out there who love your product, and I'm sure there's somebody out there in my teeny tiny audience who would love your product. Try it, guys. Obviously, don't take my opinion. I'm just some dude in the middle of nowhere with noisy neighbors, and they were kind of cute walking up the street. They were very pleasant. But I'm just some dude in the middle of nowhere, with an oh-so opinion. Yeah, so don't, give it a try. See what you think. This is that boutique, BOUTIQUE-Y, that boutique whiskey company, Canadian corn whiskey, 8-year-old. And see what you guys think. Like I said, you guys might love it. It's just not, unless I'm going to mix it with a cola, a soda pop for those of you in different parts of the country, or some other, cocktail. I cannot see having this on my shelf. It just does not float my boat. It's not in my wheelhouse. Not what I have in my bar. But that doesn't mean you wouldn't have it in yours. So, there we go. To get around any lawsuits of, you said terrible things about, just opinion in some dude in the middle of nowhere. All right, That Boutique Whiskey Company. All right. Canadian corn whiskey. Now, is that right? Canadian corn whiskey, 8-year-old. There you go. Buy it, try it, see what you think. You might love it. So, until next time, keep on drinking.